Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Heritage Railway News. This is your channel for anything in regards to restoration projects, mainline movements, steam galas and so much more. Coming up this week,
Eurostar's timely report on significant growth, Heritage Railway in Kent hoping to top off its 50th anniversary year, and funicular railway finally back on track as works commence.
So yeah, the first topic I want to talk about this week is all to do with a recent report from Eurostar stating it had a very profitable 2024 season. Now, what I find funny about this article, that it has to be timely released just after the announcement that Virgin Trains were hoping to rival them and hopefully land a connection to Europe themselves. So I just find it a little bit funny that this report has been released, but let's take a look at the report.
So the company Eurostar, who run train services from London to Europe, have reported significant growth during 2024. The company saw 850,000 more passengers than in 2023, taking the total number of passengers for the year to 19.5 million. The numbers were helped due to the strong demand during the Olympic and Paralympic Games, which were held in Paris. 4 routes in particular contributed to the growth. Meanwhile, passengers travelling from Paris to Brussels and the Netherlands added 160,000 and 140,000 passengers respectively. The company also reported a 39% increase in its loyalty programme users, Club Eurostar. 300 million points were redeemed in 2024, with almost 4 million members. By 2030, the first of 50 new trains are expected to be in service, expanding the fleet by 30%.
So yeah, 850,000 more passengers up since 2023. I will admit that is very profitable numbers, and it does show the demand is there. Now, obviously they have turned around and said they are hoping to add at least another 50 more trains, which hopefully will be in service by 2030, adding their fleet up by an extra 30%. But like I say, with those numbers, realistically, I'm not too sure what they were trying to prove. But if anything, it just shows the demand is there, especially again in the Kent areas where you've got Ebbsfleet, Ashford International. People would like to travel via Eurostar, and clearly it is a more viable option than flying for them. So, if anything, I think that report added from Eurostar has potentially gone in the likes of Virgin's favour. But let me know what you think. Now, the next topic I want to talk about this week is all to do with a heritage railway down here in Kent. Yes, it's the Kent and East Sussex Railway. Now, they've just celebrated their 50th anniversary last year, 1974 to 2024. And, of course, they have been put through for one of the Heritage Railway Association Awards.
So the Kent and East Sussex Railway hopes to crown last year's golden year, where it celebrated its 50th anniversary by scooping awards in the prestigious 2025 Heritage Railway Association Awards. In the Marketing and Communications category, the railway have been shortlisted for its innovative collaboration last summer with international artist Mr Doodle. In a first for both the railway and Mr Doodle, he covered a 50-foot railway carriage with special protective wrap and turned it into a giant canvas covered in his signature doodles. Now, the project cost the railway nothing, as Mr Doodle covered all the cost himself. After he had finished decorating the carriage, it was used on the railway's regular service throughout August last year and helped contribute towards the record number of visitors to the railway who wished to ride the trains and photograph his unique artwork.
So yeah, Mr Doodle visiting the Kent and East Sussex Railway. They've been put up obviously for the innovation of that whole project, that whole collaboration. It was completely a random one. I don't think anyone saw coming. Obviously, it's not actually cost the railway anything. The Mr Doodle artist himself put up the cost of it, and it just goes to show, I mean, it did get a lot of publicity. It drew a lot of people in, the younger audience that obviously are familiar with his work, or any person in general that is familiar with him. It did draw people in. Now, this, I think, you've just got to give the Kent and East Sussex Railway props for doing something like that in the first place. It might seem a bit out there for the traditionalists, obviously, in this hobby. Realistically, they're probably not going to approve of it, but it drew people in, it brought funding in for the railway, and I just personally think more heritage railways and more heritage sites in general could look to go down this route and draw in the younger audience. So thumbs up to the Kent and East Sussex Railway. Really hope you win the award. And saving the best for last this week, finally, it's been such a long time, but we finally received news all about the historic Leas Cliff. So for anyone who's not aware, it's a funicular railway based on the Leas Cliffs down in Folkestone here in Kent, built in 1885. It's only one of 8 of its type in the world, and fingers crossed, the works have finally started to bring this iconic attraction back up and running again.
So, just for a bit of context, the Leas Lift, built in 1885, is one of only 8 water balance lifts in the country. Only 3 operate using their original system. Now, the attraction was forced to close in 2017 due to problems with its braking system, and in 2019, Historic England placed it on the Heritage at Risk register. Well, works have finally started on the £6.6 million restoration of the dilapidated seafront lift, which bosses hope will reopen next year. The Grade 2 listed Leas Lift in Folkestone carry passengers between the promenade and the beach before shutting in 2017. Along with returning the lift to its working order, the funicular railway's waiting room will be renovated and a new building will be constructed to house a modern cafe with an outdoor terrace. The project was initially expected to be completed by the summer of this year, but a competitive tendering process has caused delays. Folkestone Leas Lift Company charitable incorporated organisation, which is leading the project, says it now earmarking spring 2026 for a potential reopening. Joe Streeter, trustee of the CIO and chairman of building committee, says the scheme will bring a historic icon back to life. Having been involved in the project since 2018, it's incredibly exciting and rewarding to start work on it. Every time you're down at the lift, people pop in and ask, when will it be open again? There's a genuine passion for this historic gem of Folkestone to be in operation again, and having the lift back will help many parts of the community as well as visitors and tourists by bridging new and old developments as such an iconic historic site. It's bringing back a key transport link, but it will also be great for historians and students as we want to show off the glory of Victorian engineering. A major step forward is expected next month when the carriages will be removed for renovation once the site is prepared. A major step forward is expected next month when the carriages will be removed for renovation once the site is prepared for construction. Despite last week's refusal by Folkestone and Hythe District Council of the next phase of Sir Roger Dehane's harbour development project, bosses do not expect any changes to the £925,000 agreed for the Leas Lift restoration. Florty Hewitt, Chief Executive Officer of the CIO, said, "We do not anticipate any changes to the funding pledged to the Leas Lift via Section 106 agreement that Folkestone Harbour and Seafront Development Company has in place with the local authority."
So yeah, works have finally started on the Leas Cliff Railway, the funicular railway situated down there in Folkestone. Really good news. Anyone who's familiar with the area, I was visiting Folkestone back in the past. I remember in the 90s going down there. You used to have the air shows. You obviously had the fun fair down there, the market, the great big dome arcade. But being into railways or anything sort of heritage vehicle-wise like myself, as I am, you know, I was always looking forward to having a trip on that. And it's just a shame it's been closed since 2017. You were able to still go down in the cafe, I think, for a brief period of time prior to obviously the railway closing. But then, of course, that closed as well. The whole site has been closed off for some time, but it is really good news. And like I say, the plans look really nice. The whole cafe downstairs, the waiting room looks really nice, going to get nice and renovated. You know, the carriages are going to get sent off and get restoration done on them. It's going to be a massive project, and fingers crossed we're going to see it open really soon. There's not going to be any more loopholes, touch wood, that they have to jump through, and this is just obviously just going to be straightforward now through to the finish line, and we get to ride the iconic Cliff Railway again. So yeah, that's been this week's Heritage Railway News. I really hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please consider giving us a like, comment down below and subscribe. You can check out my affiliate link down below at Rails of Sheffield, where you will get a little something off and then you will help out the channel, or you can find other links in way to support me. Other than that, really hope you've enjoyed it as always, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.